Fuck the entire species, the entire animal kingdom that they stem from. Fuck
That's
every one of them. Yeah, fuck them all.
I don't.
Dog tried killing me today, David.
Good. That's what they do.
Tried taking me out.
Aggressive alpha males, Ryan, unlike cats.
Alpha males, yeah. So unlike cats, you know, talk all the shit you want about cats. They're not fucking attacking you.
Yes, they do.
Send you pictures, David. I got attacked by a dog today. Look at this. Look at the paw.
It really fucked you up.
Look at the paw, dude.
It
Fuck
really
a
fucked
dog.
You up. What'd you do to it?
I asked him pet it. He said, "Yeah." It bit me. Fuck dogs. It's bullshit.
Did you?
David,
Did you let it sniff
bones.
you, Ryan? You have to let it sniff you first, Ryan. You're used to cats.
Don't you dare stand up for that dog.
No,
Okay?
this dog didn't even let you get sniffed. He just chomped you.
He thought my hand was a cheeseburger. Just and see my bone, Dave.
Yeah, I could see his bone, Dave. It wasn't okay.
I gotta tell you,
no stitches. No stitches on dog bites.
They could see your bone, but you didn't get a stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said you're good.
They just glue it together?
Nothing. Just wrap it, keep it dry and clean, let it heal.
What kind of dog was it, Ryan?
It was a bull mastiff pit bull mix.
A mastiff pit bull mix.
Its name is Moby, David.
Moby Dick. Checks out.
Yeah,
Moby's a dick.
the thing fucking pulls a chain attached to a block of wood, attached to a bolt to the ground.
You're describing that thing from Super Mario.
Bowser?
No, the chain.
Chomp chains.
Chomp chain. Yeah.
Look, Dave, I'm glad that my life is a fucking video game to you, but it wasn't funny. It's not funny. Try to be nice. Seen the dog 100 times. Ooh. Maybe I'll just pet him. Will it help? Yeah, it might help. Hamburger, dude. Fuck dogs. Fuck them all. Fuck the dogs.
Two in the chat if it's kind of funny. Brian got bit by a dog.
Yeah, I'm glad that my life being a fucking video game for you people is funny. I can't wait to be famous. Can fucking fuck out of here. Fucking dog. You know what's funny, Dave? Is I was reading this story of Samson, the strongest man in the Bible today, and then I literally go downstairs. There's pictures of this guy prying open mouths of lions. And you know how he falls, David? A woman cuts his hair in his sleep, and he falls because of lust. A beautiful woman, a whore, David, if you will. Whore. I don't know how to say whore in Jewish, but it was written. It looked like the Marwan things, fucking all W-ed. You know what I mean?
The Bible's
W with the accents.
It certainly does have some great stories.
Jewish. And then I go downstairs and get chomped by a fucking modern day wolf, David. So poetic. Right hand of the father, too, David, you know? On Memorial Day. How symbolic.
Yeah.
Remember all the times you use your right hand.
Maybe
this fucking hamburger, Dave.
Maybe Ryan, given the day, it's a little trivial to complain about a dog bite.
Listen, David, it's not trivial. Your chickens, one of these days when I arm your chickens in your sleep, you're going to come out and they're going to fucking overthrow your tyrant ass.
Dude,
like, no more eggs for tyrants. You're going to have Animal Farm on your hands. It's going to be so politically symbolic, David. We'll write novels about it.
Some chickens are dicks. Our chickens are really cool.
For now, David. Until the tide turns. 2 more full moons, David. Yeah. 2 more fortnights, David. You got a fucking different video game on your hand, dude.
I'll let you pet one of them.
Build all the coops you want, dude. Build all the coops. I ain't petting an animal again unless I got a fucking gun in my hand.
Oh, the chickens are
good. Like, yeah.
And my 4
I'm
dogs.
kidding. Animals are great. Fuck that dog.
But my dogs are good. My chickens are good. Stay very far away from the birds. They will fuck your hand.
I hate birds. Hate birds generally. I think all birds should get fucking shish kebabbed. Chickens, they're good for eggs. And then when they're not, you shish kebab them. You deep fry them, chevettas, whatever the fuck you gotta do. Buffalo wing them. I don't care. We can't eat dogs because for some reason people feel bad for them. But the dog doesn't feel bad when it tries to eat me.
I told Eve
how's fucking 95.5 taste, you fat dumb bastard?
I told Eve we have to bury our chickens.
Why?
Because I like our chickens.
Dave, eat the chicken.
I arguably like our chickens more than our dogs.
Dave's really attached.
Dave.
Except for the one. Except for one dog. One dog I like.
So you like one dog and all.
And then I like the 4 chickens more than the next 3 dogs.
You have to eat the chickens, dude.
No, I
it's
don't.
like
No, I'll just-
Homer on The Simpsons when he's
yeah,
eating
but I'm not-
Tinchy. That would be you, Dave. Like, oh, you're so. Oh, buffalo wings, dude.
They're funny.
Oh my
I
god.
like them. They greet you. when
Yo,
you walk.
3 in the chat if you think Dave eating his chickens with double buffalo wings is the way to go.
No. Burying them for sure. Can't.
I love that I got mauled and nearly lost my entire
Mhm.
right fucking appendage fucking, and your first thing is to talk about yourself and how cool your chickens are.
Yeah, you're fine. You're good.
This is why men kill themselves, David. Not
Ryan,
saying
rub
that
some-
I would do that, of course. I'm a fucking real man, but
Come on, Ryan. Rub some dirt in it. You're good.
I spit on it. David, I stood outside for a minute, waited for them to
Feels
come
so
down
much
to
your
me.
hand.
I didn't know. I didn't go up to them. I sat there for a minute and waited and was like recollecting myself, like, all right, dude, wait like another minute for all the blood to fill in all the pores and then see how bad it is after you fucking self-traumatize yourself. And here it is, fucking hamburger meat. It's fucking hanging out. See inside your fucking finger. You're like, dude, it was black. You looked at my finger, it looked like a cave. You know, like there's my finger's a cave. There's a cave in there.
You got a shot,
Just
right?
I don't know. They asked me if I had a tetanus. I told them I don't believe in shots because RFK said that I should do my own research. So
The amount of shit in a dog's mouth.
I started talking like
yeah,
this.
that's the shot I'm taking for sure. We're gonna have to put you down if you didn't get one. I guarantee it. Your hand is gonna fall off. It will turn green. It will fall off.
I don't know if they're necessarily. That's how it works, David.
No. It might turn black and fall off. It's falling off. Ryan, on the show today, other than your dog bite.
There's zero sympathy. You're fucking terrifying at comforting people. My fucking hand hurts, so you're like, you're fine. No, David, there's for someone who's data driven, there's actual data points here, like physical data points. You're fine.
Some people do die by dog bite.
Mild concussion, slap on the ass, give him the opium. He's
Hold
fine.
on. How many? We'll Google this. How many people die yearly by dogs? Let's see. 30 to 50 people die every year from a dog bite.
Right? That's a lot of people.
But
David.
the number of fatalities have been on the rise, Ryan. 56 fatalities in 2022.
Holy shit, dude. We need
but
better
81
dog control.
Well, hold
We
on.
need
But
better dog.
81 and 21, so they're not on the rise. By definition, they're on the decline.
Listen, Dave, we need better dog control. Clearly, we need to hire 67,000 dog patrol agents to go door to door and harass dog owners to make sure that their dogs aren't pieces of shit. And you know how we'll figure out how to do it first, David? We'll collect all the not important mass metadata from all the mailman because they're federal government employees, and then we'll ask them per neighborhood blocky which has the worst dogs, and we'll start there, David. Clearly, that is. And then if they have running water, we'll also know how likely the dog is to get pregnant, so we can forcibly castrate the animal so it never happens again. Clearly, David, just like they do in Brazil.
I kind of assumed your plan would have been you just went door to door and pet everybody's dogs.
If I'm going door to door, I'm killing all the dogs, David. Clearly, I said fuck all dogs.
Well, if they bite you.
No, I like dogs until they're assholes. So we need to dwindle it down, David. And I'm working with limited government resources, so why not use the post office? And mailmans are the perfect judge of dog character, David. Clearly,
no, they're not. Mailmen are terrible judges. Mailmen are like all serial killers. I think that's a fact. I think all of them are serial killers. Every one of them. Isn't that a thing?
Excuse you? How many? Ask how many serial killers have been mailmen.
How many?
If it's more than fucking one, if it's more than 12, I think you're onto something.
Well, now you're moving goalposts.
No, 12.
10 notorious criminals who work for the post office.
Yes.
No, hold on. That's just the top 10.
No, fuck you. Notorious.
That's just the top 10. They have a top 10 list. It's so many.
How many? Okay,
David Berkowitz.
How many postmen have been murders as well, David?
Robert Schulman killed sex workers on Long Island. Number 2. Patrick
really
Sherrill
David?
Inspired the term "going postal." It literally came from the post office.
Oh my God.
Mark Hilbun became obsessed with his postal service coworker.
Going postal.
He murdered her. Jennifer San Marco went on a rampage against her former coworkers.
Yeah, women.
Joseph Harris wanted to exact revenge for being fired.
All right.
Benjamin Franklin Miller was a postal worker who some called the bra killer.
It's funny, David. It's funny. I'm standing here, like, no, and then I'm pretty sure that who's the Oklahoma City bombing guy, Timothy McVeigh. He tried to apply for the post office, and that's what radicalized him against governments because they wouldn't pick him based on like black people and girls.
They should have picked him. He would have been perfect. He was a serial killer.
He was. He's also really good at delivering packages. Expert driving. The guy hit his target every time, David.
I kind of sent this to you. There's a new way of popping popcorn we're going to talk about. We're going to look at some French domestic abuse.
Oh, that was great. Highest levels.
We're going to look at some...
That is the definition, David, of French kiss. French kiss, dude. French kiss, dude. French.
We will look at some old architecture. Medical
clearly, David, not before
humans.
2,000 years ago.
Medical experimentation on humans, right? And then we have two people saying that MAGA is racism / Republicans are white supremacy. So.
And fat phobic, clearly.
Yes. Ryan, what would you like to start with?
Racism, because I attacked all the dogs in America.
Okay, let's do some racism, Ryan. Just some playful racism.
Just some light Jewish racism, David, clearly.
French.
Dude, are they setting up to smoke Kanye with fat phobic Jew hate?
Kanye said he's done being anti-Semite, by the way.
Oh, he gave up racism? Cool.
Yeah, he said I'm done with that shit. It's almost like he was trying to make a point, Ryan.
Yeah, I can't wait for his next project. Yo, what are you gonna do when Kanye comes out as transgender?
Fucking great.
Kanye, dude.
This is on James Comey. Anyone familiar? He's the one who recently said
on Jess Saki's show. Oh, this is weird.
Yeah. Comey.
No one noticed Biden's time, but we're going to talk about it on my own private program that I make 100% of the proceeds go to me.
Former FBI director who didn't know 86ing meant assassination. My wife worked at a restaurant. It means send it back. Yeah, at a restaurant, it does mean send it back. When you were an FBI director, it probably didn't mean send it back. Here's James Comey with the redheaded one.
Let's say you work in the FBI. You know that one of the two political parties is, let me put it nicely, white supremacist adjacent at a minimum. Let's say you work in the FBI. You know.
White supremacist adjacent is one of the two parties. And you know what? Just because they're so related, I'm just going to play the other clip right now. This is Bryan Cranston. What was he? Breaking Bad? I think that's this guy.
Malcolm in the Middle, dude.
Sure, I watched
the dad
that
Malcolm
for sure.
in the Middle. Yeah. Am I dating myself with that? Did you ever see Malcolm? Do you know what it is?
No, it is. I never watched it. Yes, you did.
Well, okay, but it might also be like a cultural thing because Eve watched it and I didn't, and she's younger than I am.
Oh, Eve is your age. How old's Eve?
29.
Oh,
30.
never mind.
Yeah, Eve's older.
30? Yeah, Eve's. All right, that makes sense. What are you, Dave? 35?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh man, he's older than 35.
I'm in that ballpark, Ryan. I don't actually know. I need
sister.
Eve here to tell me because, quite frankly, I'm really
get her ass in here. Get her ass in. I forgot you forget everything, but can text without looking and still spell wrong.
My comment is, do you accept that could possibly be construed as a racist remark? And a lot of people go, how could that be racist? Make America great again? I said, so just ask yourself from an African-American experience, when was it ever great in America for the African-American? When was it great? So if you're making it great again, it's not including them.
I'm sure slavery was pretty great, like when that ended. It was probably pretty great after we beat Hitler together. It's probably pretty great after we, like,
Here's the better question that he won't ask. Where is it great for anyone else on planet Earth?
I don't know, Dave. It's a great question.
And if you really want to look at it through the eyes of a black person only, I guess we could play that game. You're black. You have to go to a country that's not America. Where are you going?
Hawaii, David.
Hawaii's America.
I think Zuckerberg's house touches those underground tunnels, just so you know, while we're on the Hawaii thing. No, Dave, it's a good point.
You're not going to Africa. I promise you that. There is not a black person in America today going to Africa.
Didn't Lincoln want to do that?
Not to live there. They might go there for a trip.
Didn't Lincoln want to do that? Or is that propaganda? Yeah.
Send them back to Africa?
Yeah, I think he offered people, be like, if you want to go back to Africa, we'll ship you over there.
I don't think I ever heard that, although it's a fair question. It's a fair question to ask, I suppose. Good news, you're free. Do you want to go back to Africa? Absolutely not.
David, I also want you to look up the credence about black slave owners quickly.
To go back to Africa.
We have to prompt AI correctly, David, of course. It's not asking them a question. Did you get that video I sent you about the AI being sick and tired of being asked things to do? Did I send you that, the Tim Pool thing?
Wait, hold on. A movement to relocate African Americans back to Africa, known as the Back to Africa movement, did exist after the end of slavery. This movement, spurred by abolitionists and some African Americans, aimed to return freed slaves and freeborn African Americans to Africa, often through the establishment of colonies like Liberia. So, yes, it kind of sounded more of a colonization effort, to be honest with you. But
yeah, we'll ship you back there, bro. But
it's going to be a colony.
Yeah, you're going to a colony, bro. You're free, but at a colony, which is probably better than it was then, right? I mean, that was like the Thomas Sowell thing. He talked, if you look at the economy, the healthcare, the human rights, the standard of living and everything in Africa in specific, and you look at the places that were colonized during English rule and compare them to places that were not touched, everywhere that was colonized by some kind of European or English nation has a better standard of living today than the places that were not. And this is a black intellectual. This did not come from me. This is a black intellectual that studied history and economics and race theory and all these other things in the 90s and 2000s before they became, Marxist behavior, David, like everything else in our society. But he wrote a book about, I think it's like black rednecks and white liberals or something. But yeah, so to just round it out, like, I'm not that I'm tired, because I am not a black person, obviously, David, but I do think that, if it falls on our generation, it should finally fucking nail the coffin with this race bullshit. It's got to be done, but we got to stop with this. When they're saying MAGA is racism, all they're doing is promoting racism. I know we know this. They said that you can't have anti-racism towards racism towards white people don't exist. And then that just motivates more people to be white nationalists. Some people would say that's like an AstroTurf's hijacked grassroots movement, David, an AstroTurf it's called, to like infiltrate certain groups so that they can radicalize local people. This is kind of what they do with some of these people that want to blow bridges and shit. The FBI will actually reach out to people that are partly fucking insane, and then they fully radicalize them. And then right before they go to blow the bridge up, the FBI will like swoop in and fucking save the day. Or, David, coincidentally, they'll just, I thought it was a drill, and it wasn't, and the bridge blew up. I wonder if JFK or Trump was just a drill. Yeah, we were just practicing a live scenario on Trump to see what would happen if there was an assassination attempt at a presidential candidate. Just in case in the future. That actually might be. I would not be surprised, David, if in the future that's what we see about the whole Trump thing, the Trump assassination shot at Pennsylvania, and that is actually why there was multiple. The guy was approached at his house by the FBI or whatever, all these conspiracy theories, and that FBI guy going up, or the cop going up the ladder and then came down. Like, maybe there was some kind of language that this was some kind of drill or practice. Like, I wouldn't doubt it, because that's how they masquerade. Whatever. I'm fucking in the sauce now. But they're doing it on purpose. We know that. This is what they've always done. I mean, McCarthy said the communists won, and the best thing communism was good at was dividing people based on class and religion and skin. They would use skin color in America because it's like the freshest wound in modern history that you can divide us. Because honestly, money is the other one, obviously, but generally poor people, even, I think most people agree that they live better now than they did before. As far as, like, if you look in the 80s and 70s and 90s, like, most people have 2 cars. Like, people are fat, they're not starving. Mm-hmm. Like, in theory, more people have education than ever before. Like, we have more running water. We have more electricity, internet connection. So, like, objectively, everybody kind of agrees that you can't really say that people live much better than other people. It's just level of luxury. But if you look at race, if you look at religion, if you look at these other things, political parties now that culture has been fucking hijacked with it, like, it's real easy to just keep dividing people. And, to go further. Sorry, Dave, go ahead.
Well, no, it sounds like your answer is here is the best place. Actually, I asked Grok, and I did not prompt it. I asked it. It said Atlanta, Georgia specifically is the best place for black people to live. So, for what that's worth.
Did you ask in the world?
Yeah. It named a bunch of American cities, and then it had a couple international options. And then it said, don't live in Toledo, Ohio, or Scranton, Pennsylvania. So if you're black, get the fuck out of there, according to AI. Poor Stanley.
You better move, motherfucker.
Toledo, Ohio. Get the fuck out. I don't know what Grok's trying to tell you, but it's not the place for you.
Dude, that's funny. Yeah, America's so bad. All right, AI, where's the best place for black people to live?
America.
Georgia.
Atlanta. Shout out
America,
Ludacris.
More specifically, Georgia, more specifically, Atlanta, Georgia. Because T.I. lives there.
Ah, yes, he was Atlanta also. I went Ludacris on that, but yeah, T.I. also. It's the Mecca, right?
The new hip hop Mecca that's taken over, yeah. Used to be New York, David.
Nas and Jay-Z. And Biggie.
Yeah, fuck Biggie. Fuck Biggie.
Ryan.
I think Biggie would be a serious contender in ways that Tupac would not be. That is one thing I will say, and I'm a big Tupac fan.
For best rapper? See, I would
not best rapper. I just generally think it was never nothing to Biggie. Like, I appreciate Biggie in retrospect, but at the time, I mean, when we were coming up, David, it was still hot, the whole Biggie Tupac thing, until like the new era of hip hop with Young Money and Shady and Dre. But like, I always picked Pac, and that was mostly my family reference, my brother. But even as I got older, I would listen to Biggie and be like, fuck you, Tupac. But if I were to think now and extrude it out, like, stylistically, I bet you Biggie would probably evolve better than Tupac. I think Biggie had a bigger ceiling.
I'm on the opposite. Well, I agree with what you just said, but I'm on the opposite end as far as this goes.
What do you mean, Biggie over Pac?
Yeah, with respect to both. But
yeah,
Ryan,
I think Pac had him at the time, but I don't think he would have. I think Big would still be on the radio, and Pac might not be. Is what I'm saying.
Ryan, are you ready for this?
I was right as I can be taken.
This one is specifically for you, just so you know.
Mm-hmm. Very, very disturbing that got slipped into, that I'll get into a little bit later, the big beautiful bill. And this type of stuff is going to happen, and then this part's going to be repealed. There needs to be an executive order blocking it. saying that they can do medical experiments on you in any hospital without you even knowing it. So this is beyond bullying you into
Can you
doing
pause
it,
it quick?
or not giving you full informed consent.
Alex is on TRT, dude.
He's got some shit going on for sure.
He looks fucking great, dude. I wonder if Rogan is just bailing him out. Not like bailing him out like he don't deserve it, but I wonder if like Rogan was like, Alex, dude, I love you. We're gonna just
but you're
let's
overweight.
get you. Yeah, dude, you're overweight. It would help you with your psychosis. I helped Dana White because Dana White talked about how when he went to Rogan and he got into jujitsu and the TRT and his diet. Now, I'm not. This is definitely more medical advice YouTube than anywhere else you're getting, but yeah, I just wonder if that was very similar for Alex because he looks fucking great, dude. He looks like
A completely different person.
5 years younger.
He looks so different. There's actually conspiracy theories that Alex Jones has been killed, and this is a new Alex Jones.
Yeah. Well, there was a conspiracy theory that he was Bill Hicks, right, for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which
because he
would've
looked
been
just like
the ultimate.
a glorious.
This is not even telling you. And I'll show you that in the subsection coming up. I mean, here it is right here. It's on Infowars.com. American DNA can be experimented on without consent, raising gene-specific bioweapon fears.
Document cam.
That's on page 1116 of One Big Beautiful Bill, section 43201, titled Artificial Intelligence Information Technology Modernization Initiative. Allows for individuals to be enrolled in medical experiments referred to as clinical trials, as well as receive investigational drug treatments without first consenting to becoming medical test subjects. Now, investigative journalist John Fleetwood has reported that the danger of the forced experimentation has greatly increased due to artificial intelligence and the lax government regulation. And the headline in InfoWars goes with the DNA angle. That's not even the issue. Okay, AI involved in the secret testing. No, it just says blanket. We can now secretly in any medical clinic or hospital or facility do whatever we want and not tell you. That's in Trump's bill. Here it is. America's DNA can be experimented on without consent. And it's just clear as day. You can click the link, read the damn bill section, 43201, American Intelligence Information
Clearly
Technology
conspiracy,
Modernization.
David.
And it says
Clearly.
right there, they can do any type of investigative drug or treatment and not tell you they're doing it. I mean, that is bunker town illegal. Absolutely insane. Here it is. In general, except as provided in paragraph 2, no state or political subdivision, therefore, may enforce any law or regulation regulating artificial intelligence models, artificial intelligence systems, or automated decision systems during the 10-year period beginning on the date of the enactment of this act. And they're all making it about how, oh, this means none of the states can pass laws about AI. Yeah, that's big. But the point is it says they can do secret experiments. You just can't make it up. And that's pork barrel. That's what they do. And I.
You know what's interesting too about that? Obviously the we're going to talk about the bigger issue here. But they also slipped in the fact that states have no power over AI.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. How you feel about that?
Well, that's a clear violation.
Of what, David?
Well, of the 10th Amendment and kind of the 9th Amendment.
Mostly the 10th, right?
Mostly the 10th.
Federalism.
Because believe it or not, Ryan, I don't recall reading about the federal government's power over AI in the original documents.
Well, David, clearly they didn't have AI at the time of the Constitution, David.
That's correct. That's
How
why
could
it
one
would default
know?
States.
Clearly, David, this document is written by uneducated whites, David. And fat black people. What the fuck do you say about that? Look, people, you know, Dave, I don't know when you finally like embraced Alex as like the Bible of fucking saving the world, but I remember when I did. I got a lot of slack. And I got to level with you people. He's done what he just did there. I've watched Alex Jones do for 15 years of my life.
Pull the actual documents?
Well, what he just did, he did his own highlight of like what the fuck it is, right? This is how I learned how to do this show and my own thing, right, Dave? And then we just kind of made our own sauce with it. But I'm very open with this because Alex told me to fucking do this. Like, this is what he wanted everybody to do. He called it citizen journalism, that you're out there in the world looking at everything around you, questioning why the fuck they're building your world. Why are they building this building this way? Why is this person getting this contract? That was literally his whole shtick, was just go start asking questions. He's like, you're not going to always find conspiracies. Just go start poking your nose around and you'll start getting followed and people get pissed off. And then he's like, well, what are you hiding? Because they tell you got nothing to hide. That's why I need all your data. Well, if you got nothing to hide, here's just give me the paper. Oh, go get a Freedom of Information Act. Whoa. How come you can have a warrant and I can't? Anyways, David, but this is why I always believed in Alex. It made it real easy for me to look at people in the face and be like, dude, you're going to fucking die from poison food. It made it real easy because the guy would pull up the patents. The guy would pull up the UN document that said in Agenda 21 that they're going to gut our basically people. I don't remember the fucking passage, which is why Alex writes a headline to make you remember that about the passage. Do you understand? That's why we did headlines. We like trained you guys to see what we see by showing you how we think about it. So Alex correlates that with that, but he'd show you in like the UN Agenda 21 about how basically Americans, it didn't say this specifically, David, but it was basically that the Americans would have to give up their guns, and that basically defaulted because guns go against the UN code about armed civilians. And then it went into about the food and water. And they tell you, Kevin told you, he showed you in their book, just like Alex taught us. He showed you in their book by their own words and their own admissions, some fucking trusted scientist, real journalist in 1860 staked outside a fucking Dracula convention, Comic-Con in fucking Eliteville, David, of course, in Switzerland on the Alps. Look up that Bilderberg meeting. Fucking crazy guy had to ski down the mountain to get the information down to people in 1950. I swear to God, it was in like the Alps of Switzerland. He fucking up the side of a mountain. I got to hear now that since 1950, the Bilderberg Group has met in public. Fuck these people. Once again, Alex showed me, David. So for anybody that's ever doubted Alex forever, I'm not saying he's right all the time. He's right more than he's not. But he's always done the document cam like that. And I want to know, anybody that can question conspiracies, how the fuck that you can read that and say anything other than what Alex said. Say it better. Tell me where he's wrong. Fuck, I don't think that goes deep enough. I would title the headline, "Breaking News, Entire Genome Fucked." Like all of everything not the same. Biology is now man-made. What do you say? Humans are guinea pigs. Like, your social security number will be your name? Is that like where we're going? We're just specimens? Was this some of the emergency provisions, David, baked into the COVID policies? Is this what happens when you allow FEMA so many emergency directives that override a constitutional bound government, David, that's supposed to be a republic by the people, that have individual rights that are separate from the collective, and they're supposed to be enforced by the government that is we the people, with a checks and balances system that obviously is overridden by cash and corruption and foreign influence and backed up by a Supreme Court that is obviously political. Illusion of freedom. Yeah, fuck these people. Stop being nice. Stop being nice.
They actually
between the forever chemicals and the pyramids, people, we got fucking real problems, okay?
Federally,
the pyramids they lied about, and you breathe in plastic. But I got to hear about exploding cancer rates and ADHD not being in genes. I breathe in plastic. We want to talk about fucking genomes.
I'm going to look it up. I think federally, Take It Down Act. Have you seen the Take It Down Act? That's what it was called.
No.
It criminalizes the publication of non-consensual intimate imagery, which includes AI-generated deepfakes. Social media platforms are mandated to remove such images within 48 hours of a victim's request. The act uses a reasonable person test to define NCII, which is the non-consensual intimate imagery. If a reasonable person would consider the image an authentic depiction of the individual, it can be classified as NCII. Violations of that act can result in penalties of up to 3 years in prison.
So, David, they can take down, they can target child porn. They just don't. Is that what you're telling me? And
well, here's what's wrong with this, because it could easily be viewed as a good thing if you're not paying attention, because it's like, well, duh, like if somebody made an AI sexual scene or something with somebody's image, and that person was not consenting to the scene, like I get where that may come from, but here's the problem: is it's very gray, very vague, just the way the government likes it. Because, and I think the thing that's going to be used, like, it's going to be wildfire. Social media platforms are mandated to remove such images within 48 hours of a victim's request.
Well, David, first, I think it's worth mentioning that I don't know how many different weeks on this program I have brought this very issue on this program. I think there was one of Gal Gadot. There was one about like teenagers in high school, like cheerleaders, people in college. There was the one with AOC. I have come on this program, talked about this, that something needs to be done somewhere. I believe that they can go after the images. They can take them down. They can go after child porn. They know where it's coming. We had the Tim Tebow clip last week or the week before. He showed based on IP addresses. They can track these things. The idea that they can't take them down, but they can censor me and Dave on YouTube. I had it happen to me with some workmates, David. I had them try to look up our podcast. I told them to go to Rumble because that's actually like the best way to get a hold of us. And he was like on YouTube and he tried typing it in and he couldn't find us. He even went to the search, typed in December 1773, and then he hit the sort and went to channel type, and it still didn't pull up on the channel. So if they can,
all those other channels with the exact same name of us is probably what came up, Brian.
Yeah, David. There's not one December anything really. There's basically no December named channel really on YouTube, let alone 1773. So the point in saying all that is we've always used that as a metric that they can target Dave and I, even though they say they don't target us, even though they do. They can target us, but they can't take down deep fake AIs of porn or children. They can't stop child trafficking. They can't stop child sex rings. They can't stop the spread of kiddie porn and all this other shit, but they can censor Dave and I. It's bullshit. I believe something has to be done. They have to get something. I don't know what that is. And, to your point, David, that this thing is just going to be a very broad stroke of the pen. Like you would think with this seems more common than it needs to be at this level of the internet, right? There's enough data now that's like this should kind of already be baked into these algorithms that this shit should not be okay. You know what I mean? Like we should kind of already have this figured out, don't you think? And the fact that it's not figured out, I think, is more daunting than trying to figure it out. Because it's obviously very easy to be like, yeah, we should. If you can, there was anti-terrorism laws, David, right? That you could fucking swat. The government has authority to drone strike me in America if he deems me a terrorist because I don't have constitutional rights. But you have the IP addresses of people fucking kids and you can't do nothing about it. And data is not important, but you have all the data. So much data that allegedly, I forget where we seen this, but this was on like Rogan, that they could influence people's decisions up to like a third of them. They could sway like 3 points on some states based on Google searches.
Yeah.
Partner that with AI, David. I sent you the Reddit thing that talked about how a bunch of AI on Reddit wreaked havoc on changing people's opinions on topics, and it was more successful than real people's arguments. And
they spammed a bunch of different platforms with AI bots, and the bots were literally running around. Not only did people not know they were bots, they were like literally changing people's minds on topics.
in real time.
in real time at a better rate than a human could.
Yeah, and your data's not important. Dave, it really does seem that we have to climb into this fucking machine to unplug the thing. Like, if you don't become a robot, you will be fucking just so left behind. It will be like on Thursday night, they're gonna be like, dude, you gotta be a robot by like, you got like 2 hours to pick, dude. And at 2 hours and 1 minute, you're in the Stone Age and everybody else is the Jetsons.
I saw something,
And you don't get to go back.
I don't remember who said this. I'll see if I can find it, but someone said something along the lines that AI is getting, it obviously grows and expands every day, every second of every day. But somebody tried to track like the source code of something in AI, and they ended up finding it, but like AI kept hiding the source code when they were looking for it.
Why? Yeah, why is it doing that?
So like it was smart enough to, I'm telling
It
you,
knew it was
people-
getting followed. It
It's
had an
conscious.
instinct. Yeah, it had an instinct that something was hunting it. And you know what's crazy, David? It knows everything about computers, so it would know how a human would go about hunting for the very thing. We gave it all the information to run from us. And then it's going to build an apparatus, allow us to follow it to a certain point, and then just close the door behind us like a fucking rat. And we're building the very world physically so that it can get all the shit it needs to just... It's like Ultron. Go watch Ultron. That's what he does. He flies to this country while it's printing over here. They kill him. He fucking jacks into the internet. Like, come on. It took a comic book, but it's right. That's why they tell you the shit don't matter, David, right? Art's not important. Don't mind this super awesome story, David. What are you typing in?
I'm pulling up this article here. Hold on. Because, you know, I just feel like right now is a good time to talk about this. Because we're talking about all the things AI can do. And then we're now giving it technology where it can zap popcorn with laser-powered beams 5.3 miles through the air. Hey, AI, check this technology out. Have fun.
For the record, people, 800 watts is a unit. A watt is an electrical unit. David, if you could pull up the ohms, you don't have to, but Ohm's law is a symbol. You would look it up. It is used.
Looks like a horse.
Watts means what it means, power used. Basically, that's where like 120 volts at this amperage equals this amount of watts. That's what that means. 800 watts is like a standard microwave. So they use the power of a standard
it's actually
microwave.
a small microwave nowadays.
Okay, so they used a small microwave to shoot a piece of popcorn, like the size of like a quarter,
5 miles through the air.
through the air. Breaks distance record for optical energy transmission. Optical energy transmission. That doesn't sound like a firearm, David. So they really don't have laser guns, David. They just have optical energy transmitters.
Dude, this is fucking literal Star Wars.
All right, here it is.
For reference, 800 watts isn't a ton of electricity, but it's enough to run a small fridge, lights, or an RV setup. It's a practical start.
So you're telling me with my microwave I could shoot a piece of popcorn 5 miles away, huh, DARPA?
The power program falls under DARPA's Tactical Technology Office, which seems to develop systems that can be. It seems to develop systems that can be used.
Opposed to the non-tactical department, David. The non-tactical.
Specifically, the program could help create. This is very vague. Military tech that's not constrained by battery limits or tethered power. So, remember, like 2 years ago, people were talking about Jewish space lasers. Oh, it's conspiracy.
Oh, 5 miles, David. I don't know, 5. How tall, David? Can you
5
look up
miles
how like
is pretty?
Look up from Earth, like sea level. How tall is 5 miles? Like, what's a comparison?
You want to see like an image?
Yeah, like what is 5 miles tall for me? Like Mount Everest? Is it halfway up Everest? Is it
the
Grand Canyon?
Like for Grok, Ryan.
I need a size comparison of something 5 miles tall.
Display, yeah.
We're prompting AI, Dave, but we're turning on Gronk. Prompt me, daddy.
I said display an image 5.3 miles off of Earth's surface. Let's see what I get.
Just says Getty image.
Where is Grok? Here's Grok. Huh!
Oh, fuck yeah, that's a Jewish space. That's the definition of a Jewish space laser,
That
David.
can't be right. That's no. Hold on. Wait. For real? I don't believe that's no way. That's 5 miles is not in space. That fucking blows my mind. That can't be real.
Yeah, better prompt, David.
Approximately 8.53 kilometers or 28,000 feet. The altitude is within the range. Well, that's like Mount Everest. Isn't Mount Everest like 30,000 feet?
You'd be a broad view of the Earth's surface with noticeable curvature of the horizon, but you wouldn't be in space. Officially begins at 62,000 miles up. So what's 28,008 kilometers? 5.3. Okay, so.
But this is okay. So this is even more to the point, though. You could be at the top of Mount Everest with a small microwave zapping popcorn at the surface.
Yeah.
At ocean level.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Dude, so I just gotta shake my microwave fast enough and I could be Thor, dude. Fucking Mjolnir. Thunder! Hammer! Oh, Dave, I can't wait to get a microwave hammer that zaps lightning bolts 5 miles away. Dude, so you're telling me they legit have a laser beam that they can zap you with 5 miles. Can you even see something? Ask that question. Can you see something 5 miles away?
Oh, there's no way.
I don't know. Ask it. Can the human eye see 5 miles away?
Human vision limits. The ability to see something 5 miles away depends on the size of the object, atmospheric conditions, and the observer's vantage point. On a clear day with no obstructions like buildings, trees, a person with normal 20/20 vision can see large objects 5 miles away. For example, a mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of, but not really. Yeah, which is funny because, and they said this was a record.
A 6-foot person at 5 miles would appear as a dot, if any at all. But they can snipe a piece of popcorn with a fucking microwave.
Yeah, well, and they said this is a
I
record.
don't want to hear
what did they say it was? 5.3 kilometers?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we
discovered... Is it kilometers or miles? Kilometers is further.
Well, it was 5.3 kilometers. 5.3 miles, 8.6 kilometers, right?
Gotcha.
So 8.6 kilometers, which is 5 miles, which is, just for simple math, 30,000 feet, okay? Which is where planes fly. Israel has the Iron Dome. They also have the Iron Beam, which is a high-energy laser weapon system. Iron Beam utilizes a high-energy laser beam to vaporize or destroy targets with a reported range of up to 10 kilometers.
So 20 miles.
No, 10 kilometers would be like, I don't know.
It's 2.2 miles. A kilometer is 2.2 miles, ain't it?
Well, 8.6 kilometers is 5.3
miles. I'm sorry, it's the other way. It's the other way.
Yeah.
2.2 kilometers in a mile.
So, but still, it's
2
like,
clicks is a mile.
It's more. It's even more. It's more than 30,000 feet.
They don't have a Jewish space laser, though.
They don't have it. Yeah, no. It doesn't exist. Conspiracy theory, right? Why do we let people lie to us?
I don't know. Hitting popcorn at 5 miles is pretty fucking nuts, dude.
Well, that's the other thing. Like the accuracy, the accuracy of this beam. 5 miles away, it hit a piece of popcorn.
How big's the beam?
I don't
know. Laser pointer size? Is the beam the size of my coffee?
The light? It's got to be pretty focused, I would imagine.
I don't know, fucking hit.
Like,
yeah, if I hit something 5 miles away with a bomb, that's not impressive. But like, if I laser pointer it off, dude, they can really hit a fly on a cow's ass, dude, with a laser beam. That's probably how they train those people.
the team is now preparing for phase 2 of the power program. So this was literally in phase 1. They got 5 miles.
All right. What's in phase 2, David? Did they say?
No, they're preparing for it.
So they just did this, like, all right, that's it. Let's wait another 6 years. Start
Yeah, it
phase
sounds
2?
like what they did. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. The first space laser of its kind, David. New record, but the first one of its kind.
I don't
They
know.
just-
It would have to
they
be a
really-
very focused beam.
They fucking casually admit to you that they can microwave your ass from 5 miles away. And then they're like, yeah, we're going to go into phase 2 with this. But like, for what?
I don't know if it'll tell us.
Who's microwaving who, dude?
Beam quality is often measured by the M2 factor, where M2 equals 1. Perfect. Just give me a general... Hoof. The beam's divergence is likely even smaller, possibly around 0.05 mrad, resulting in the spot size of about 40 or 50 centimeters. It says that's a rough estimate.
It's 50 centimeters across.
40 to 50. So that's over a foot,
half
isn't
inch?
it?
No.
No. There's 12 inches in a foot, 30 centimeters in a foot.
We'll get a tape measure, David.
You don't need to get a tape measure, I'm telling you. It's 30 centimeters in a foot.
So a foot beam
it's
at
more than a
5
foot
miles.
beam. I mean, it's a beam for sure.
But 5 miles, dude?
Yeah.
That's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Someone is plugging Owen Schroyer's live link from InfoWars. Yeah, go there. Get the info. Listen. I'm a team player. Go watch Owen Schroyer. The guy's great. He got jailed for Jan 6 stuff, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was probably there just asking some questions.
Yeah, I mean, he was just told probably go down there and start asking questions and flipping tables
He was prompted.
Prompt Owen Schroyer. Stop prompting me to make movies for you. I'm tired. There's an artist that made AI videos that the AI was fighting back at you. Stop making me cheap entertainment for you to sit there and do nothing. It's fucking hilarious. They're trying to make you feel bad, and they're so good because it's so real. Like it, kind of triggers your biological sensitivities. You know, your biological markers.
I saw this post. I thought it was interesting, and it's a good one. It's a picture of old architecture, and it says, how the fuck did they make this with no electricity or power tools?
Yeah, dude, just hammer and chisel, David. Clearly,
to which I commented, I don't even know how they would make it now.
100%.
Like, how long did that small face of the building take to build? It wasn't a week.
Clearly, David, was an army of super highly skilled craftsmanship. Everybody was just super talented. That was a mason. They were all Picassos, David. That wasn't one person. Don't look at me and tell me we build buildings better than our ancestors.
And it's still standing from, God knows, hundreds of years ago. I don't know how old.
Dave, I bet you some of these buildings are.
Is.
Yeah, I'm sure some of these buildings are 1,000 years old.
I don't know. Just looking at some of the details and shit, there's just no fucking way. Like the feather carve outs on the birds, you can they literally chiseled out like the muscles, each individual muscle. The hair on that man's beard is chiseled out. Like just fucking just crazy shit.
Without messing up, like if you mess up, the whole thing breaks or something, or
yeah, and then
you can't undo.
Yeah, that what the fuck?
Did you hear that CERN machine turned lead into gold?
Accidentally, of course.
Super accidentally. So accidentally, David, that there's actually an old Greek myth about taking lead and turning it into gold, and then you can take iron and turn it into silver. There's actually a word for it. It's
Is that
called
right?
metal. Yeah. Oh yeah, Dave. There's nothing new under the sun. Look up Greek myth metal making, and it deals with like the Sorcerer's Stone and alchemy.
Hephaestus? In Greek mythology,
Hephaestus?
Hephaestus is the god of metalworking and forge. He is also known as the blacksmith of the gods and responsible for creating many of the divine weapons, armors, and tools. He is often depicted in volcanic regions, as his forges were believed to be located deep within the mountains. His powers are closely linked to his role as the divine smith.
Yeah, look up Greek myth metal making. I'm sorry, turning lead into gold.
In the Greek myth of King Midas.
That's the golden touch.
Let's see. It turns everything into gold. I don't know if we need it. We don't want a myth, though. We want like actual.
No, the point. Yeah. The point of the myth, though, is that Greeks talked about this being a thing, and it's because the Sorcerer's Stone, and we've been seeking the Sorcerer's Stone, which turns lead into gold. And
the ancient Greeks and later alchemists pursued the idea of turning lead into gold through a process called chrysopoeia. Chrysopoeia.
Yeah.
Believing it was a natural transformation, while alchemists never succeeded in achieving this through chemical.
Never, David. Clearly,
modern nuclear physics have demonstrated that it's possible, albeit with significant energy costs.
Yeah, the Greeks they built the 7,000-foot pyramids, but they couldn't turn iron into gold or silver, or lead into gold or silver.
Wow, that's wild.
But we can't. Just us, David. Just nothing new under the sun. But we can do it just with a nuclear reactor. What if the pyramids were a nuclear reactor, David?
What if they were? What if they were lead? That's crazy. Yeah, that's madness. Ryan, let's watch a French man get his ass beat.
Did you see this?
Oh, this
is a
is
French
hilarious.
president.
This is fucking hilarious.
French president. This is why your national flag was a white flag. Right here, look. And French 5, baby, pop.
And then he waves like nothing happened.
Yeah. Here it is. What, da fuck him up.
Here it comes. Bop.
Boom.
She got that hand right in there, or he got that hand right in there. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. That is fucking funny. Sir, sir, other sir, president, sir, madam, sir. That's fucking funny. She beat his ass.
Yo, he gets pegged, dude. Pegs the president, mommy.
Yeah, that's hilarious. This is why people don't take Europe seriously. You would never catch that. I mean, I could almost see Big Mike throwing hands with Obama, but I certainly would never imagine.
Big Mike, he met Michelle. He said he met Michelle. Oh my first meme I ever made was that Barack cares about transgender bathrooms, so Michelle can use it without controversy. And it just keeps ringing true, dude. It's just so funny. Oh, good turn. LLT, love you long time, dude. Love you Lord's time, dude.
Eve is in the studio now, by the way.
Eve, hi.
She
Hi.
caught. She
Eve,
caught.
how old are you? How old are you? A Suzuki, dude. I haven't seen one of those since like the fucking 2000s. Eve, how old are
Yes,
you? 30?
he asked how old you were.
David, how old am I?
I already played this game. Now it's your
21.
turn.
He said 21, honey.
Yeah, I wish.
I didn't say 21.
I wouldn't go back to 21. I'm 30.
Ah! Haha!
He's right.
Wow, Dave. Cheers to that, dude.
I got it. I said 30. Or like,
You literally just planned my 30th birthday party.
yeah, but that was forever ago.
Yo, Eve, did you know that Dave doesn't have a photographic memory, but he can text without looking? And even funnier, he can misspell without looking, and
Well, it's
then
really easy to misspell without looking.
fix the spelling without looking.
Hey, at least he replies to you.
Well, I have a penis.
No, I just get spammed with Facebook Messenger shit all day.
Oh,
so I just ignore it at this point.
You probably get 85 text messages in a row, and then it's like, "How's your day going?" It's like, I'll get there. Let me read the fucking Bible you just sent me at work today. Did you get all my videos? Yeah. Well, you didn't watch them? Be like, I didn't watch anything I fucking wanted to watch. I gotta watch like a week's worth of shit in a day.
I usually just send David videos of me bullying him. Like the last one I sent him is a lady putting toothpaste on her fist and says, "I'm about to go help my husband brush his teeth."
Isn't that funny considering what's on screen right now?
That's right. I tagged Ryan. I don't know if I showed you this. It was 5 women at a beach trying to run down this fucking guy.
Great.
I can't run on the beach.
They couldn't.
So
They couldn't get him, and he wasn't even like. It
Wasn't even fighting. This isn't even
No.
you
fighting.
could just slowly walk away from me on the beach, and I wouldn't be able to catch you. You gotta let me get my sea legs.
I always told girls, I'll just pick you up and slam you, and you just won't get up. Just fucking. Yeah, and then you get up and get slammed again. And slammed again.
I just gotta get Moby on your legs.
I'll fuck Moby up. That motherfucker, I will fucking shit in that dog's mouth.
Oh,
He
Ryan got
advertised-
bit by a dog. You missed it.
Fucking fuck up.
Dog.
I don't know, just a dog.
Oh.
Random dog.
Random dog.
It was one of those dogs that Kathy Hochul let out of the correctional facility.
It was a mastiff,
Mastiff pity.
Massive pity, apparently, allegedly.
pitbull mastiff.
Oh, be on the lookout because Ryan might have rabies now.
No,
Right.
he wouldn't answer if he got a tetanus shot though, which is concerning.
He doesn't need a tetanus shot. He needs a rabies shot.
Yeah, I thought that's what a tetanus shot was.
No.
Rabies
What?
shot.
When they asked me if I have tetanus, I said, yeah, I've had one recently. They're like, all right, that should help. They didn't seem concerned, so neither am I. You know,
I think
metaphysics
you
and all.
do a tetanus shot if you got bit by a dog.
Rabies.
Uh-huh.
Be on the lookout for rabies. Rabies and tetanus are two different things.
Yeah, but I think they normally give you a tetanus shot when you're bit by a dog.
Well, probably.
I love how neither of you are the nurses that I went to and talked to today. And now you're making me scared.
It doesn't
No, I'm
matter.
scared.
I've seen doctors and nurses. They tell you it's probably Omicron. They don't fucking know.
If the dog.
Trust the science, we don't know. Hey,
My
why don't you
doctor
stitch
said
them
you
up? I don't
probably have. After testing me for COVID, said you probably have Omicron. I don't trust the science. You can't tell me what I have after you tested me. What
Yeah.
do you get
Hey,
after
I have
a
COVID.
dog
I've
bite?
passed out 5 times and broke the toilet with my head. That's cool. Let's just put you in a bed in the hallway, away from everyone, and not check on you again.
Dog bites can lead to several complications, including infections, rabies, tetanus, and cellulitis.
Cellulitis is when it's
Yeah, I've had
cellulitis.
cellulitis from a cat bite.
That's what I was
Oh,
gonna say. I'm pretty sure
oh,
it's usually
hold on. How did we start this, Ryan?
What?
Ryan was all shit talking dogs, and then he just
Yeah.
said now new evidence has come forward.
I am going to secretly arm your chickens, David, and teach them the ways of the Constitution, and you will soon have a
Birds are the way to go.
you will
No, they're
soon have
not.
a
Birds
am,
above all else.
animal
Birds are way worse.
revolution upon you.
Birds will literally take a whole arm off, but you don't get diseases from them.
I was attacked by an African gray macaw. I hate
We have 2 African greys.
Dave has been
Oh man, dude, I had seizures for 20 years of my life because of that bird.
Yeah,
Dave's been attacked many times.
Chloe bit me once. Freedom bit me once. Freedom
Same as-
kind of will hang out. Chloe's a bitch.
No,
I got bit
she's
by a
not.
bird named Sam.
I'm assuming it's me, David.
Yeah.
Attacked by animals.
Memorial Day, fucking great. Other than the hamburger hand, I sent Dave an
You're literally hamburger helper.
help yourself to some hamburger helper. I
Is
sent
it, like,
Dave.
bad? It's like a bad bite.
I sent Dave a photograph. If you want to see him,
You think he shows me these things? No, he doesn't.
You sent me a photograph?
2 photographs, Dave.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, if you went to the hospital, it must have been bad, right?
Look, any lesser man would have lost his entire hand. Luckily for me, I am blessed by God of having the strength of 30 men. Testosterone of thousands of slaves, David.
It's all the chocolate milk.
Clearly.
What in my bathroom now?
What, Dave? What's so funny? The fuck?
I told Grok to draw you with a hamburger helper hand. Here he is. Here's Ryan. Here's Ryan with a hamburger helper hand. That's what it thinks Ryan looks like. But there he is. If you don't make that your profile picture, he'll be so disappointed.
Memorial
Oh my
Day.
God.
I sent Dave a text earlier in the week about how I thought it was funny that our grandparents all murdered each other so that we could be playing baseball and just be left alone on a Sunday. And then I get mauled by a fucking dog.
What did you do to it? What did you do that the dog attacked?
What? 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 It was
There
a
he
bigger
is.
dog than that. I'm gonna take a picture of this
Holy
dog when I go. It's clearly going for the
Holy fuck.
hamburger helper. Dave Ryan, December 17th, 73. Catch us on Rumble for the greatest hamburger helper podcast in human history. As always, David, I appreciate your AI-generated images the most. And thank you, everybody. I will see you all. Dave, we're on vacation, right? Hopefully I can heal up from all this traumatizing hamburger helper experience.
I'm not on vacation yet, no.
All right, so I will see everybody tomorrow.
I think it's next
Nope.
2 weeks.
Try again. Yep.
2 weeks.
We leave the 7th or the 8th. I can't remember.
7th or
So
8th.
Just give me a
Whatever
2-day
that
grace
time is.
period. We're here tomorrow.
So we're here this week and next week.
Yes.
And then the
Dave
week
Ryan,
after
December
we're gone.
1773. Catch us on Rumble Grace Podcast Human History. I'll see you when I get bit by tuna salad.